Artificial intelligence, or AI. If you haven't heard about it, then I'll be really surprised, to be honest. It is everywhere. Now, when it comes to this new technology, like any technology, it can be seen as really a boon and a hindrance. So, with tools emerging like ChatGPT and gosh, just so many other tools using AI, it's impossible to ignore. And so that's what I want to focus on today in today's video is really how AI is impacting scholarships and scholarship essays, how we can possibly even use it without breaking the rules, and what the rules are regarding artificial intelligence and scholarship essays. Now, this video might age very well, it may not, because it is changing every single day as far as artificial intelligence, regulation, rules, committees changing their minds, education systems changing their minds. So you will have to take this for the present time, and we will continue to make updates as they come. But just know this is an ever-changing area and a rapidly changing area. But I'm happy to share what I've learned so far with you. Now make sure you hit subscribe because every week we release a new strategy to help your family work towards a debt-free education. Hey there, my name is Jocelyn Pearson, founder of the Scholarship System, and this is what we do, scholarships. So we've helped families secure well over $12 million. And in fact, I was able to not only get a free ride, but I literally got paid to go to college because of scholarships. So we have seen a lot with essays. So this AI topic is really just kind of changing the landscape with it, which is, it can be exciting. So before I even get into the AI piece, why do we care about AI and scholarship essays? Well, because if you've attended any of my trainings about how to find scholarships, how to know what scholarships to focus on, which ones are legitimate, I always talk about that coveted scholarship essay. A lot of times, I'd say 9 times out of 10, if it's a legitimate scholarship, there will be some kind of essay component. So essays are a huge piece of it. They are so critical in the process. And so that is where that's one of the biggest impacts that AI can have is helping students. So this is a huge area of debate, even just in the education system. Students using AI, we've seen students have their diplomas pulled back because AI took credit for one of their final term papers. And so this is really, in the education world, AI is really causing up a stir. Now, if you're not sure where to find legitimate scholarships that do require essays, I have an entire training on this. It's about an hour long. It's totally free, so you can check that out in the link to the description or go to thescholarshipsystem.com/free training or click the video here. And that way you can learn exactly how to find those scholarships and build a list with your student. All of the links and tools I'll be mentioning will be linked in the description. Okay, so taking that scholarship piece, in many cases, students really only need to provide a prompt, and they can ask AI to write them an essay, and it will. Now, of course, the challenge with this, or the issue with this, is that one, then they're not really learning anything. They're not sharpening any kind of skills. 2, teachers cannot verify whether or not your student even knows anything about the topic then if someone else, aka AI, is writing that for them. Now, as far as scholarships, some of the issues is, you can tell AI a little bit about yourself and give them some guidelines, but it will just never be as personal as coming from yourself or coming from your student. For education, for colleges, there are plagiarism detectors for writing. However, that doesn't mean that it'll catch AI writing because AI is actually unique. It's not just copying writing from other sources. It's using other sources to create something new. So that's where there's a little caveat here. They can't just run it through a plagiarism checker and it'll say. However, there are now new AI checkers that are popping up. In fact, through the scholarship system, we give out thousands of dollars in scholarships every single year. And we even ran our most recent year's applicants, the finalists, we ran their essays through a checker ourselves because we wanted to see what was going on. Now, fortunately, no one we chose came back as a yes, but it's a little gray here because actually AI has been known to take credit for things that it did not write, such as books that have existed for decades, and vice versa, where something was written so unique that an AI checker wouldn't pick it up. I'm going to share a few ideas towards the end of this video on how students can use this in a healthy way, but the one thing that is important to keep in mind is that AI is based on existing content, existing text and sources and pieces out there. And so no matter what it creates, it's going to be based on what exists. So this is kind of one of those things where it's like garbage in, garbage out, quality in, quality out. So if someone fed it completely inaccurate information constantly, it will be giving completely inaccurate results. So whatever we're using to pull together this essay, it's still going to be based off of something that it had read in the past. So basically, nothing will ever be 100% new idea, at least not at this point. So this leads to the issue. When it comes to writing essays, students need to stand out. So why does this matter? Again, remember, it is vital for students to have strong, creative, attention-grabbing, well-written essays that are personal so that they can stand out among the crowd. So if we are submitting essays that were just generic and pulled from other content online, our chances of winning will not be that high. I've already seen some scholarships put specifically in their rules now, you cannot use AI for writing this. And again, they're using these checkers. Now, whether they catch it all or not, I personally would not want to risk it. But that said, they are now explicitly saying do not use AI for your prompts. Okay, so before I get into my opinion and how I think we could use this in a good way, comment below. What are your thoughts on AI? What's your opinion on using AI for writing tools? And especially when it comes to scholarship essays, let us know in the comments. How have you seen it used, or have you used it? Let's start a discussion, and I would love to see what you guys think. Now, if you are familiar with AI and you think of a great way that it could be used, I'd love to hear that too. Okay, so my opinion, I think no matter what, instead of using someone else's work, it's always better to create our own. It enables us to really analyze ourselves and find that deeper story, find those deeper values. And the best thing, and this is something we teach in the Scholarship System online course, is that once we crack that story and those values and kind of the main essay, we can reuse it for a lot of different prompts. So putting in that time up front doesn't mean we have to do it every single essay. So for me, in the scholarship system, we have a 3-step writing method. We also have a 3-part framework that students follow. We make that writing process the least painful possible. But for me, again, I just think that no matter what, something that is truly written by yourself will always be stronger than anything a generator can make. That said, we do have our 3-step writing guide. You can go to thescholarshipsystem.com/writing guide to grab a free copy of that. It's a PDF to share our 3-step method. I also have a YouTube video on how to reuse scholarship essays. So we will link to that in the description, or you can click on it somewhere here on the screen and check it out after this video. Okay, so how do I think we could use AI without cheating or without hurting our chances? And again, this is only if it does not explicitly state do not use AI. But if we want to, then I think that some of the ways we could use it is to ask it for a list of values. Maybe your student could ask for a list of values that have to do with a certain career field and see if any relate to them, and use that to narrow down, okay, what kind of values can I write about? Maybe asking again, going the other direction where, okay, these are my values. Maybe asking it what kind of career paths align with these values. Maybe it'll give your student ideas of which career path they want to pursue for the admissions process, which can help them write a stronger essay if they pick one. It can also be used maybe for simplifying a challenging sentence. So maybe your student is having a hard time getting in a word count, and we really need to shorten a sentence. I would use this sentence at a time. I would not do this for an entire essay. It'll just remove the personal language out of it if you're doing it for the entire essay. And again, in the end, then it would be written by the AI software. But having it tweak one specific essay, or maybe asking for a quote, we can use pieces of it to get our wheels turning and to come up with a stronger essay. But I don't recommend using it to just write an essay for a prompt. All right, so that said, again, AI is here to stay, whether we like it or not. It's like the new internet, right? It's just a matter of figuring out how can we use it ethically and to be more productive, not to hinder our chances of receiving this money. So it's going to be controversial. It's going to be changing every single day. It is changing so rapidly, and we'll make sure to stay on top of it. But at the very least, these are my suggestions for now. So again, I wouldn't use it to write the entire essay, but you can use it in a few ways, only if the committees allow it. If they say no AI, no AI. They will find out. All right. Hit subscribe because every single week we release a new strategy to help your family pay for college with as little debt as possible. I will see you in the next video.